All right. So we're going to start up. Now, the way I like to start campaigns is you all know each other already. So, as a group, how did you meet? You are going to be, right now at the very least, if you look on Foundry, I'm going to go ahead and activate this. You are somewhere over on the right side of the map. Yep, Carafish, there you go. You are somewhere around here at a caravanserai. Just a little merchant trading outpost. So, how did you guys meet and how did you end up at that trading outpost?
Well, Dak really enjoys the tables, so if anybody else is a gambler, might have met uh, fighting over a game of Sniper Hold'em or whatever.
Okay.
Not really much of a gambler here myself, but Kilder just can't resist when people are getting drunk throwing money around. It just makes it so much easier to make their pockets a little lighter.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about like the town and the world?
Okay.
And so we have a little bit to go on, because like trying to throw shit together, we're just throwing stuff at walls. If we know a little bit more, might help us.
So you are on the continent of Culligan, somewhere west, on the west side of the Beluve Kingdom. This is a pretty prosperous kingdom. They have trade in different lumbers, shipbuildings. They've recently sent a ship south, which has started breaking through the ice and they've discovered a whole new continent to the south of them. Recently started trading with different barbarian tribes and groups that live out on the ice. One of them being a type of halfling that has, instead of like dogs and cows for beast of burden, they've come to befriend different types of penguins and Arctic birds that fill those roles. To your north, there is a kingdom called Lhasa. This is an it's a desert now. It was formed by a family clan of blue dragons that took over that area long before anybody can remember. It's just been that way. Overall, world's pretty peaceful. There's no big wars happening between the different provinces. The Beloved Kingdom is basically the only major kingdom. Everywhere else is kind of an independent city-state or a federation of towns and cities that look out for each other. Each area tends to have its own different types of foods and crops that they grow, which I have in the journals. So depending on where you're looking for, like Crescent Harbor, which is a fishing town, and they have over to the west of them, they have a forest known as the Western Weald that has a couple different groups of orcs, goblins, ogres, and trolls that populate that wood. Cliffside Abbey's run by a individual who's known as the Church Warden, which I need to update this because it still has my 5th edition updates in it, which has him listed as a Wildfire Druid. That is not accurate for 2nd edition. He is actually a dual-classed fighter wizard, fighter mage, in this edition. So that is an update I need to make. Mechansport is to your northeast. That is going to be a city-state which takes pride in innovation and what passes for technology here. Large steam engines. Nothing that you could use in a personal vehicle. barely small enough to make a train system out of. But it does have some kind of like skyway carts that you would see in like skiing resorts, cable cars. Those are something that they've been able to build a limited number in town of. They're also working on steam-powered ships up there. To the far north, across the Spine Mountain Range, you have the Northern Lands. The Northern Lands are kind of like a fractured kingdom now. This used to be a unified kingdom, but there was an event that nobody remembers now. It's lost to the history books, but now it is more like the southern area. Lots of small little villages that are largely independent. Castle Dunkel is it's a shade of its former self. It's populated by a family of half-ogres now, and ogres, who attempt to exert control over the region like they still rule, but they're largely unsuccessful. Still something to be concerned about, but they can't exactly exert the control that they once did. All the way over to the west, you have two islands. You have Apsuvia and Marlston, or at least those are going to be the cities that are most well known there. Apsuvia is a bit of a special case on this world. At some point in time, there was an invasion from the Nine Hells, and they were able to fight it back. But during that invasion, Apsuvia was occupied, which has led to a small population of devilkins. These are the half-devil version of a half-elf. But this is kind of a dirty secret of the area. They don't advertise. Foreigners are limited to certain quarters at different port cities, and by and large are not allowed to wander around aimlessly across the areas. Marlston, that is your typical dwarven kingdom there. There is a massive kingdom under the mountain and on the mountain of mountain dwarves that goes deep, and it goes for a long time. Whereas above ground, you have the different clans of hill dwarves, which are more into staying above ground and living on the rolling hills. Pretty open to the outside world. They mainly specialize in trading ores and precious stones, and then finished products that you make from those. Anything from, blacksmith to horseshoes, armors, weapons, that kind of thing. That's kind of a brief rundown of the map itself.
Okay.
All right. I know exactly how Lemfir and Steuben joined you guys. Y'all were together already, and one day you just had a wizard and a goat following you. And he's just been with you ever since, and no one has questioned it.
Oh, crap. I left out some
That
lore.
makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean,
dragons on this world are unique and rare. Even hatchlings have names. They are not cannon fodder. So,
well, nobody knows I'm a half dragon yet. I look like a dwarf right now.
well, Bran is a guy. The typical would have been easy to meet up with the rest of you, especially the way Lemfir came to the group. Probably could have met up with you, guiding you through some wilderness, since he tends to not have one home base. And just decided that all of you were decent enough people, might as well stick around with them. Maybe find something better to do than just idly taking caravans back and forth.
Yeah, what kind of work are we doing, or what kind of living is there to be had that we would team up maybe to do?
Well, being newbie adventurers that you are, you've been taking largely just delivery missions and caravan guardings up to this point. That's probably how you ended up at this particular caravanserai, I would say, is you agreed to... Actually, no, let's go with that. You had met up with one of my favorite NPCs that crosses time and space. You have met up with Trader Bob at a previous town, and he paid you whatever you have in your pockets right now to guide him to this caravanserai and keep him safe. Trader Bob is a rotund halfling, a little bit on the taller side, but rotund. He definitely likes his food. He can always be found with a tart or something nearby that he is stuffing his face with. He is very nice, though. He is super nice to everybody he meets. He always gives fair deals. And his cart, which is pulled by 2 ponies, is just precariously stacked with stuff. It's got this tarp over the back of it. I mean, it is overstuffed, almost comically so. And what you've noticed during your travels is, up to this point, when you would stop meeting people along the way or at the various little villages, when he would do a quick sale or something, he always was able to rummage through it and like go in up to his waist in the junk underneath the tarp and pull out exactly what somebody was looking for. He always seemed to have the right thing that somebody was looking to buy at that point in time.
That's a handy talent.
So,
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we kind of been doing the caravan stuff and worked well together, so we started hanging out.
I like it.
Banded
Sounds
together.
good to me.
Kara, what about you?
Easy peasy.
Yeah.
I
We
mean,
basically unionized, I think.
Every group needs a healer,
True.
and
They always do.
I'm sure that there is something I can be doing for the Lady of Steam while I'm out here, but I'll figure that out.
okay.
Proselytizing is pretty easy.
Yeah, I've never been like the proselytizing kind of religious person in a game before. I don't know if this is the best character to start it with. I would want a higher charisma for that.
Good plan. But yeah, all right. So we all just started working together and just slowly have joined as the caravans have gotten bigger.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well,
I like that.
okay. So you guys have kind of gelled as a group over time then, over the last couple journeys from one town to another when you ended up here. And Bob looks at you and goes, all right, folks, that's about as much as I need from you guys for now. I'm heading back down toward my way. Fortunately, I don't got any work for you, but I do have somebody here at this caravanserai who might be able to hook you up with some more work. His name is Orsi. He is, you can probably find him, if I know Orsi, over at the food tent. He's an interesting fellow, but he might be able to actually find some work for you. Anyway, it's been great knowing you folks. We'll meet up again. I'm pretty sure of that. Like, we'll cross paths again.
Hopefully.
I tell you, that Trader Bob, he's a good guy.
He is definitely
He is.
a guy.
So about this Orsi person, I wonder what kind of work he has. I hope nothing too difficult. I'm ready to put my feet up for a little bit.
Oh,
I have.
We gotta keep
gold
making money,
to
don't
my
we?
name.
Yeah. Yeah, money's good. Money's good.
I have a
I
gold
like
to my name. I would like to make some more money.
How attached to that gold are you?
Very.
Ah,
I got a goat to feed.
Meh.
All right, let's go see Orsi at the food tent.
Yeah, let's roll up.
I like the sound of that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Food tent is, while an accurate description, is also a bit of an understatement. This is a massive pavilion tent. The floor has been laid out with straw. It's been scraped away. This is a semi-permanent encampment here. And you can tell this tent is probably the last thing that ever gets broken down. It's probably about the size of like a real world like circus tent, if you've ever been to the circus. I know some kids didn't go. I ended up sneaking into my fair share of them, but it's like a circus tent sized pavilion. And in the center, there is a big circular bar set up with the gruff caravaneers who are making all different types of foods. They have a giant cauldron that is where the forever stew is kept burning. They just throw the leftovers of whatever people didn't eat into the pot, and it just continues to make stew, and that is known as the daily special. If whatever you can't figure out what you want, or they don't got anything else, you can always get the special. And Orsi is pretty easy to pick out. He is sitting off to the corner by himself. At one of his table, wow, that was weird. My foundry just blinked. He's sitting off by himself over in a corner table of the tent, and he is a short, squat human. He's a fat guy. He's got stringy, greasy hair, a big, bulbous, warty nose. He looks gross. And sitting next to him on the table is this fat, brown and green toad. Steuben, or Lamphir. I don't know why I want to call you Steuben.
Steuben's the goat.
Steuben's the goat. Lamphir, you are, as a wizard yourself, the way that toad is behaving, you could probably suss out that, hey, that's probably his familiar. Toads generally aren't that calm. And the way that he's eating, he lacks all table manners. Like, he is just taking fistfuls of bread, dipping it in the soup, in the stew, shoving in his mouth, licking his fingers, and he is disheveled, but he is exactly as Bob described him.
An interesting fellow.
An interesting fellow.
Guys, I feel like that's the guy.
The guy with
I'm
the frog.
willing to bet you're right.
Yeah, the guy with the frog.
All right.
He certainly
So,
meets the description.
All right, so
That does.
who's going to talk to him?
Oh, goodness gracious. Fine, I'll do it. Orsi, hello. My name is Hilder. These are my companions. Trader Bob and his graciousness, and just over to you, and hope that perhaps you might have a bit of work for traveling young adventurers such as ourselves.
He's got his mug. This is mug made of horn, chopped off, flattened at the bottom. He's just drinking it, and it's just pouring down the sides of his face. He just taps the
You
mug
got a
down
little
on the
dribble
ground,
there.
and he just wipes off his face and mouth. He's like, "Yes, I have work for you. Not important work, but vital. I have to get this box."
I prefer all work to be unimportant.
Oh, somebody who interrupts somebody while they're presenting the job. It's obvious that you don't. Anyway, yes, it's not ultra important, but it is vital. I need to get this box of spell components down the way. It's several days down the Churnet River. There's a town called Thurmaster, and I have an old colleague there, Tauster. He's put in an order for spell components. I'm a day behind on the schedule. The last group of adventurers that I hired to take things out to Milborn came up with a sudden case of deceased. They weren't paying attention, ended up getting eaten or something. Nobody's heard from them. They've disappeared. Maybe they just took the money and ran. So this time, I don't give you money. I give you promissory note. I can give you 150 gold as a group to do this. And what you do is you present a note to Tauster, and he pays you for components.
Can you at least give us a couple gold for rations for the trip?
He said it was 150 promissory. He didn't say anything about giving us gold originally. I mean, it's the deal, man.
It's gold.
I wink at Orsi.
It's gold. What do you think? I give you 150 copper? I'm cheap. I'm not that cheap. And you do good. Maybe I give you more work. He picks his teeth a little bit with his finger and pulls out, I don't know, something that might have been meat or fiber from a plant, plant matter from his stew, and he holds it out, and his toe just sticks his tongue out, grabs it, and scarfs it down.
Daily special. Looks good.
Forever stew. Changes day to day, but it's forever varieties.
But yes, could you
All right.
front us maybe 10 gold to get rations, and then
Go ahead.
that way it's not a big loss.
Okay, so to do that, go ahead and throw me a charisma check. The way that works in 2nd edition is you throw a d20, and your goal is to be below your charisma score.
Got it. Ba-boom. Yeah, I got a 10 on a 14.
Okay, so you've successfully charismafied him. You know what? Fed adventurers make safer adventurers, and you won't wander off looking for something to eat while on the road. Here's what I do. And he reaches into his coin purse, and he stacks out a set of 5 gold coins for each one of you.
Ooh.
Give you 5. You get food, maybe something nice to wear. Don't spend all in one place.
Like the general
Thank you.
store?
I promise you, I will not get something nice to wear.
He like does this thing with his shirt, which is just this mess covered. It used to be white, maybe, but it's now just food stained. He's like, they have good shirts.
All right. Thank you very much, Orsi. And where's this crate so that we can grab it and take it along with us?
He scoots his chair back, groans as he tries to bend over under the table, and groans again and pops the chest right onto the table. It's not big. It's 12 by 18, so about a foot by a foot and a half. Not terribly
I
heavy.
look at everybody else.
I'll grab a hold of the chest.
Appreciate
So
it.
this is what
I
we're
definitely
delivering.
wasn't carrying that chest.
As he grabs the chest, I say, "Oh yeah, I was gonna grab that, but I threw my elbow out on that last haul. Sorry. Thank you though."
Yeah, I'm absolutely sure you did.
The chest isn't terribly heavy. You guess about 20-ish pounds. Not terrible. And right before you guys get ready to leave, he says, "One last thing. Chest has wizard lock. I know if you open.
No problem. I've no desire to look in here anyway.
Did you send a similar chest with the other adventurers?
They had a chest too. Not the same stuff, but, more spell components.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't going to Tauster,
Did it
though.
open?
There's not have wizard lock. I was more trusting then.
I see.
But Flem agrees it's a good idea to lock these things now. And he points to his toad when he says phlegm.
Good thinking, Slim.
You named her Flem. Okay.
That's an interesting name for a toad. Phlegm.
I was thinking that it was perfect.
The toad does one of those
Definitely
like
a perfect name.
he does one of those things where he like puts his arm like his front legs up and like smoothing his eyeballs down, and he just kind of like opens his mouth and just slime, like toad slime.
Now that is
Oh. Well, thank you, Mr. Orsi, sir. We will see you when the job is done. Have a great day.
Oh, does he give us like a promissory note to take
He gives
and
you
pick up the gold?
Yep, he at the same time that he passes the chest over, he will hand over a rolled up promissory note as well.
Who's carrying?
Okay.
You want to carry the bearer
I'll,
bond with the chest?
I'll go ahead and I'll carry the promissory note. It only seems right. I talked to him first.
Also, Eric, was that 5 gold each or
Yes.
5 total?
5
Okay.
each.
So off to the store so you can buy some goat food.
Once we're outside, if you say that, I'm just like, goats eat grass, man. They graze. I want to feed the
Thank
goat.
you. Thank you. I just didn't want to say anything there in front of him.
Speaking of which, I think the goat is even part of your toga.
Well, I guess I'm the only one
Yeah.
keeping kayfabe here. Let's get out of here before somebody hears us.
Well, yeah. Well, I don't. Do you have any rations? I don't have any. I at least gotta get some rations.
Oh yeah, I got rations.
I do too.
I have some rations.
Goodness,
too.
how did you get so low?
I ran out of money.
Mhm.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm running low
Yeah,
myself, but I think I can make
Let's
it.
go to the store, get
Alright.
me some rations. I mean, I figured people could hunt, but we'll get some rations for this, and then we'll head to that Tauster fella. Eric, I'm buying rations. How
Alright,
much
let's
is that?
see.
Rations, I have that in the journal as well underneath setting information.
I
Player-
believe it's 10 gold for a week.
yeah, let
Yep,
me
I
take
paid
a
20
look.
gold for 2 weeks worth.
Basic goods store.
So, Lemfear,
Is Fry talking?
I
I
did
heard
for
him
a
start
moment. I'm
talking.
letting,
Yeah.
I'm letting
Oh.
Eric go ahead and finish because he sounds like he's got something going.
Dry rations, yeah, they're 10 gold a week.
Well, that makes sense because, well, I don't know how
Here,
far back the
I'll-
10-day week goes in Dungeons and Dragons, but
Yeah. The 10
I'll
days.
tell you
how
what,
many days
I will
away is
hand
this?
over.
How
How far of a journey we're talking?
We'll say it's like a 3-day, 4-day journey from here, depending on if you stop and wander or meander a little bit, or if you stay on task.
Okay, so 5
Tell you
days.
what, if you want me
five-
to, Lemfear, I'll lend 5 gold pieces. Buy yourself a full week. Okay.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you. I'm going to give the 5 gold that I have from Orsi, the 5 gold from Bran, and I have no gold remaining, so I'm buying a week of rations.
Well, while we're on the trail, I'll try to do my best to hunt to supplement it so we don't have to dip in too hard to the rations.
That would be great.
Thank you, Bran.
I think in keeping
Are
with
there-
the
Welcome.
pseudo-medieval nature of this thing, we probably are going to be meandering quite a bit.
Are fire strikers a thing, or do people just use flint and steel like savages?
They use flint and steel or fire bows. Tinder Rangers have figured out how to make tinder boxes.
I have fire building. I'm just going to do the old method.
Yeah, I grab up a flint and steel. How much is flint and steel? Damn, I need something to light my lantern with.
Miscellaneous.
It's 5 silver is what I have written down from your list, Eric.
Perfect. We'll go with that.
Same.
5 silver.
I'll take it.
Hi, Missy.
You have a visitor.
I do. Hi, sweetie.
All right. Noting in my notes that Lemfir likes Bran the most right now.
I like the right now at the end.
The list is fluid.
Bran the regular.
The regular chap. All right.
Brand regular has a
I'm
different
good.
connotation entirely.
I am ready to go whenever everybody else is. I get my goat.
Ready here.
I don't
I'm
think I
ready
need
to go.
anything.
Yeah, I stocked up before.
Hey,
Mhm.
hey, Lemfir, can your goat carry the chest?
You said it's about a foot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll fit in one of the bags. Throw it in.
You mind?
Go ahead. No, not at all. That's what he's here for.
So I'm gonna go ahead and stow this in the saddle bag.
All right, perfect. All right, perfect. Let's
Did
go, guys.
Duality. There he is. It looked like he froze for a moment.
Oh no, I do that from every now and then. I just kind of stare off into space while listening. Trust me, I am paying full attention. I just got distracted by something shiny out the window. Visually, not auditorially.
I was thinking,
Ferret.
Squirrel.
I was thinking it was more a software screw up. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are all set. Are you heading out or doing any last minute things?
I think we're
Nope.
just heading
I'm
out.
ready to if the rest are.
Okay. Well, whether you spend the night and head out in the morning or if you head out later that day, it doesn't matter. You have an uneventful few days of traveling down these caravan trail. Like, not the greatest path in the world, but you can tell you're going out into a backwater. But at least the trail's marked. It's got an easy enough to follow road. You're probably 3 or 4 hours at this point from reaching the first town that they told you would hit along the way. This is going to be the town of Milbourne, which is, as was described to you, a sleepy little backwater. And we are going to change scenes. Coolio. Can you all see everything?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a mm-hmm
Yes.
or an uh-uh?
That's a yes,
Yes.
from me.
Okay. So if you can see the trail,
Yeah.
the path at least. y'all are walking down that path. Like I said, you're about 4-ish hours away from town.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't see what you guys see. Okay. Now I can. Because like you guys have vision ranges and... Oh, come on. As you're making this path up, you are going to see 3 people walking up towards you. These guys look like local farmers. They got some bales of hay and twigs. Looks like they're collecting firewood, all stocked up in bundles along on their back with backpacks, and they look like they're out here just doing some gathering. And they're walking their way towards you. You guys say anything? Do anything?
Hail, friends.
I'll just move off to the side of the road, waving at them so there's room for them to pass through.
Okay. So they get up around with you about there. Yeah, about 25
For
feet
people
away from
moving
you.
their stuff.
And you know, they hear you say "Hail, friends." The one guy's like, "Hey, good morrow, good morrow." And at this point, you guys are going to notice something, and that is 2 arrows kind of hit the ground right in between you guys and the farmers. And the farmers are going to scream bandits at the arrows, and they're going to move in with you. I got to remember how to change that. They're going to move in towards you, and they are going to draw their clubs as they're doing that. Go ahead, and this is going to be the introductory to combat in this adventure. And we're going to do 2 different initiative styles. And I'm going to ask you which one you prefer at the end of the session, because there's 2 ways to do initiative in 2nd edition. There's standard initiative. Standard initiative is where one person rolls a d10, you all declare your actions, and you add your speed factor to that d10. So if one person rolls, they get a 5. 5 is the base initiative for everybody. If somebody's using a dagger with a speed factor of 2, they get a 7. Somebody casting a spell with a casting time of 4, so on and so forth. 1 roll for initiative, you order yourself based on your speed factor. We're going to use that for this particular encounter. On the next encounter, when we do another combat, we'll do individual initiative, and where you each roll your own initiative die, add your own speed factor, and we'll see which way everybody likes better. And that's what we'll use for the campaign as a whole from that point.
I have a question for fighting 2 weapon. Do I use speed factor for each weapon, or I just use 1?
So you are going to... this is one of those, I don't think it's actually stated in the rules. I could be wrong. A ranger resolves their 2 weapon attacks at the same time, unlike a fighter with standard specialization. So the way that I normally rule is you use the speed factor of your slowest weapon. So if you have a long sword or a dagger... sorry,
Mr. Longsword.
I'm sorry, Mr. Roboto. I didn't catch all that.
That's what I figured you were going to do.
Yeah.
Use the slower of the 2 if you're fighting Florentine.
Yeah. That's... God, I haven't heard Florentine in a long time since I used to fight SCA. So yeah, we're going to use the slowest of the weapon. So, who wants to roll initiative on your side? It is a D10.
Not it.
I'll roll it.
I'll do it.
Oh, somebody did it.
Nope, that's me.
Oh, okay.
That's from my
Um,
side.
I will roll a d10 and then add my weapons speed factor.
Yes, sir.
Oof,
No, that's
that's
good.
a 1. My bow is a speed factor of 7.
So that's actually good. Low number is what you want in second edition for initiative.
So I got 8.
So you got an 8. Everybody else add your speed factor to that 1.
Nice.
And that is going to be
Okay.
your turn in initiative.
Do I still use one of my weapon speed factors if I'm planning on casting a spell?
Negative. You use the casting time for that spell.
Awesome. 1 round. Cool.
Does everybody have
Uh,
their stuff?
yeah. 5.
Yep.
So let's go ahead and put your initiative order. Your initiatives. What? How do I want to record this? Let's just do it in the chat. Or does anybody have a piece of paper handy? Because I don't.
I have
Yeah, I do.
I have.
Always.
Perfect. Kara, do you want to track initiative?
Sure. I can track initiative.
Okay. That comes with a experience point bonus at the end of the day.
Yay.
So, I am on initiative 8.
Okay.
That's me.
What are you? What's your number?
8.
Okay, so
8.
we go at the same time.
Okay. Okay, so Lemfir. Also 8.
What's everybody else at?
I am also on 8.
Oh, wow.
Brian is on 8.
Yep.
I think I'm on. Yeah. Oh no, that's the weight. 5.
I'm on.
Okay.
I'm on 3.
Okay, so I've got
Oof. What's that?
Jack on 5. And Kildrick on 3. And okay, so if it's 1 round, do I add 1? Like, what is the
Your casting
number?
time is 1 round.
Mm-hmm.
So your spell will go off at the end of the round.
Okay, cool.
Or the beginning of the next round, I should say.
All right. So I'm last. In other words, that is perfectly fine.
All right. So who goes first?
All right, and these fools with the clubs are coming at us.
They are closing distance with you. They look like they might be trying to huddle in. Either way, yeah, they're coming in at you.
So you described them as looking startled, scared, and yelling bandits like they're kind of. I interpreted that as more like they're warning us and joining us and not that they're part of them, but could be wrong.
That's what I assumed. Considering they were talking to us all friendly, and then they were like, bandits! And come running to us and not to the
Yeah.
bandits.
So are they attacking us?
Are they?
I don't think we know. Is kind
Can
of
I do a? What do I do? Is there insight?
There is no insight.
Wisdom roll? I don't know.
Wisdom roll. I can go for a wisdom roll.
Sense motive? Is that another thing?
No, that's not a thing either. I'm okay with a wisdom
Oh.
roll.
All right.
Wisdom roll. I can
So
roll
just-
with that. So same thing as
You
the
know what?
charisma.
Yeah, I think wisdom would be the way to go on that.
Ugh.
D20. you
Well,
want
my
under your
wisdom ain't good. Let's try it. Nope.
Ooh.
Doubled my wisdom.
Man, if that was only your wisdom.
Are we all throwing
I got
wisdom?
I don't know if we were all were or not. I just wanted to see what I would have got. I got a 14 on a 15, if that matters. If not, I don't care. All right.
14 on a 15.
Beautiful.
If you're rolling that, I didn't see. Oh yeah, Zach rolled. He did not. Lemphir, we'll say that your check on that wisdom is going to be a success because that's less than your wisdom, correct? You have 15 wisdom.
Correct. Correct.
You don't get the feeling that they're running at you with their clubs out. They're not. Their backs aren't toward where the arrows came from, and they seem to be like staring at you, not like in your direction. They seem to be like looking at you, people.
Okay. Well, we'll go into initiative and we'll see what they do.
Okay.
I'm gonna see what they do.
All right. So who's first in the initiative order?
Would be me.
That would be changeling.
What you doing?
How far away are those bandits in the shrub?
They are.
They're about 50 feet.
From you, about 50 feet.
About 50 feet. I don't think my dagger will reach that.
I do not think a dagger is 50 feet on the throwing range. I could tell you in a second, though.
It's 1, 2, 3 is the range.
1, 2, 3. That is 10 yards, 2 yards, 3 yards. Or tens of yards.
So no, that's not it.
Yeah.
Um,
It's in tens of yards.
I'm gonna
10
make-
yards. Yeah, 10 yards.
I'm gonna
20
make
yards, 30
myself-
yards.
I'm gonna make myself scarce and go try to get in these here shrubs, but I can't move my token.
Which shrubs?
For me, 1, 2, 3 spots up.
So you're going to go that way?
Yep.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna have my dagger ready and try to get low.
Okay. So are you trying to hide, is what you're saying?
I would say I'm trying to hide, but I mean everybody's seen me, so I'm
Yeah.
just kind of running into the woods for cover at this point.
Okay. So you're taking cover. That works for me. All right. Does that resolve your action?
That's my whole action.
Okay. Something to consider for people who are coming from 5th edition. You don't move 35 feet or 30 feet. You have a movement rate of either 9 or 12, depending on what your character is. If you're human-sized-ish, like elf, human, half-elf, you have a 12. If you're a dwarf, a halfling, a gnome, you have a 9. Right? 9. Anyway, you move that number of feet times 10 per round. So you could, if you are a human, move 120 feet and make an action. If you're a dwarf, you have 90 feet of movement. So you have more ability to move about the battlefield. So the battle maps are more for your visualization because it's assumed in 2nd edition that you're going to be able to reach your targets. So it's more about visualization and cover.
Can you also hold an action?
You can reserve your action. I allow holding the action until the end of the round. If you don't use it at the last action possible of the round, you lose it. There's no carrying over to the following round.
Okay.
Are you able to split up movement?
Yes, you can move some of your movement and take an action, and then move the rest of your movement, or move up to your full movement and then take an action. The only thing that's different from that is charging. If I'm remembering right, it's been a long time since anybody has charged in a game of 2nd edition for me, which is you can move up to double your movement, but you can't attack. Is that right, Fry? It's been a long time since I've done a charge attack.
Yeah, the way we always did is you could move up to double your movement, but you couldn't split your movement. Once you charged, you were done.
Yeah, you had to take your action at the end of your movement. Like you couldn't attack and then charge. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
it's been a long time since I've done charging attacks.
All right. So Changeling, who's next in initiative?
Zach is next, and then basically everyone else.
Okay, so I was gonna throw a javelin, which has a range of 20, 40, 60.
Okay.
Is there what's the penalty range? Or how does that work?
-2, -5. I just looked it up. So if you're at the medium, it's -2. If you're at the long, it's -5.
Okay, but it's like 5e where I have some movement, so I can move a little close.
Mm-hmm.
And you were well in the 20. You're well within the 20 because that's measured in yards.
Yeah, it's based in yards.
Oh, okay. So I can just roll a normal attack roll.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And attack. Well, I don't have an attack bonus, but I assumed everything was based on my strength since I'm a fighter. But
so if you're if you're throwing the javelin, that's dexterity.
Okay.
You do not get a strength bonus to your damage, though.
You do not get a strength bonus.
Not for
damage.
thrown weapons.
Okay, we'll get rid of that. Okay. Cool. So it's just a flat D20.
Yeah, we've never used strength for ranged unless the bow is specifically set up for it. So these guys have an AC of you're shooting at the archers.
Yeah, I was just shooting at this archer at the corner of my.
So their AC is 7. So if you look at your character sheet, you will see on the character sheet. This is more for the people who are watching than the people who are not. You have your attack table. Your THAC0 should be 20. So you just go down the left-hand column to AC 7. You need a 13 to hit with modifiers in order to score a successful hit. You've rolled a 7. I don't think you have a +6 to hit.
No, I have +0, so that will be a miss.
Yeah, your javelin, it flies out of your hand and does not connect with a target.
I still got one eye on these farmers, which is why.
Yep. I allow players to resolve all their actions before I take mine when we have tied initiative. So it's
Okay.
It's always defenders win ties, and when it comes to combat situations, I always consider the players to be defenders.
Okay. So it's now everybody else?
Yes, I believe.
Everyone but me.
Go ahead, Fry.
Okay, that first bandit in the bush, the same one that just had a javelin thrown at it. I've got the bow drawn. I'm going to go ahead and fire 2 arrows at him.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll fire the first arrow. Yeah, that's not near enough. Now there's that one. So 2 arrows go flying. And I'm staying close to Kara to cover for her. Because I don't quite trust these guys right ahead of us. They drew those clubs off real quick. So I will end my turn staying right there.
All right. I am as well going to shoot 2 arrows at that first guy. So the first one is going to be a... Jesus Christ.
Dice don't like you guys tonight.
All right,
Yeah,
second
really.
arrow. That is going to be a 13. My 2 hit is a 13. That's a hit,
Meets it, beats it.
dealing 6 damage.
To one of the archers. Okay, your arrow flies and it just thunks right into his upper shoulder, and he drops down to one knee. He ain't dead, but oh wow, that arrow, it found its mark. You could see it sticking out the back of his shoulder blade.
And then I'm gonna move here behind these two. I'm squishy. I'm gonna hide.
Okay. Are you wearing kind of like the traditional wizard pokey hat, or did you just like the?
Yeah, it's a wizardy pokey hat, kind of.
Okay.
I sent a picture of it. It's like blue and pointy, but I'm wearing a toga, and I don't outside of the hat. I don't. I guess I have a spell book, so, but.
That's not enough. Okay. So now it's my side. Are we up to me now?
Yep.
Okay.
It's you because I go at the end or the start of the next.
Okay. So I'm gonna have two of these farmer guys are gonna kind of close up with you. Wait, no, not with Changeling. That's Changeling. One of them's definitely gonna come after fucking Dragon there because he just thwonked one of the archers, who are going to make their presence. Even the one who's a little hurt's he's gonna stay back, but the other one's gonna come out, and there's gonna be another guy coming out as well. So you're wearing, Lemfir's wearing a toga and a wizard pointy hat. What is Marin wearing?
Marin is wearing just normal looking breeches and a tunic with some kind of armor. Where's my armor? Where did it go? Hide armor. So
would your gear be noticeable as priestly vestments for your for the Lady of Steam?
I actually didn't think about whether she would have priestly vestments or not. I was going for not so much because she's wandering the world right now. She's exploring.
Okay. Well,
she does have a holy symbol and she wears it around her neck. So if they noticed that would be something.
Not yet, at least.
Right.
Okay. So that's where they'll move, and we're going to take their actions. So one of them is going to whack at Dragon. What is your armor class?
I have no armor, so...
Okay, what's your dexterity?
My dexterity is a 16. Oh, so I have an 8 armor class.
Okay, so your armor
10
class
base,
is
so I have an 8.
Okay, so they need 12s to hit you.
Oh, he missed.
He missed. The next one is going to take a whack at Bran.
Okay.
No way.
AC
in hell.
is 6.
Yeah, no way in hell he hit. That was a 2.
Yeah.
First archer is going to the one that's back is going to fire 2 arrows at. You're wearing who's wearing the heaviest armor? We'll say is Bran. Or
Yeah, I'm wearing leather.
Studded leather. Yeah, I think either one of us.
All right, well, one of them's going to take a shot at Zach then. 16's going to hit.
Sure is.
2. You take 2 points of damage. An arrow flies out, nicks your arm, gives it a good scraping. Next one is going to fire
Deck
off.
doesn't like this.
Sorry.
I said deck doesn't like this.
All right. Next one's going to fire off at. Let's roll them, and then I'll roll a d1 and 2 for Bran, 3 and 4 for Deck. 3 and 4. All right, so 17 and a 14. What is your armor class?
My armor class, with I assume I still got my buckler out, is 5.
5. So 5 minus 20 is 15. So one of those hits, the other one is a miss. 4.
Oof.
That one sticks in you
Oh,
pretty
how
good.
bad are you looking?
On a scale of 1 to 11, I'm at a 4.
Oof.
That's 1, 2, 3. Did I do? That's both archers. 1, 2, and 3.
Wasn't one of the archers dead?
Nope, not dead. Hurting bad.
Oh.
That arrow is
Okay.
shot through his shoulder. It's actually kind of a miracle he was able to shoot off his bow. Which this leaves this guy here. I'm not going to have him attack this round. He is going to hold his action and figure out where
Hey,
he's
can I
going.
throw my dagger at this close farmer guy?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go for it. You know, now there's somebody in range. All right, 9 plus. Roll that beautiful bean footage. I got a 10.
10.
That's not enough.
Armor class is 7. You need a 13, I believe.
Yeah, that's not enough.
Okay. Although daggers have a rate of fire of 2, so you could, if you have another one, throw another one.
I do have a second dagger. I
Okay.
shall try to take this one of the gun out. Aha! And that's a hit.
That definitely hit.
All right, and 1d4. Big money.
Big money. All right. Not huge money, but it does stick firmly into his let's say the meaty part of his arm or thigh. Meaty part of his thigh. Just
Yeah,
thunk.
take that.
I think that's everybody on my side.
Yep.
All right, so
Oh, good.
that is casting time 1 round. So it's going to be fresh initiative. Kara, you get yours, pops off at the beginning of the round.
Okay.
So my side is
Nice.
going to have an initiative of 11.
Okay.
So who wants to roll your guys' initiative?
I got
I'll
it.
do it. Okay, you do it.
Aha!
Another one where we all act kind of simultaneously.
That's right.
My goodness.
Mine's going to be 13.
Okay, deck is 13.
Mine is 10.
10 for Bran.
11 for Hilder.
Okay.
14.
And 14. Do I get to take another action this round, or is the spell
Nope,
eat 2?
That's your action.
Okay. Cool. All right. It's exciting to learn how this works.
Yep.
Which means mine goes off first. So Marin takes her holy symbol, and it is actually a small vial that is like worked into metal to protect it, and takes a drop of holy water and casting it on the ground. I actually looked at the dang Latin and now it's not on the right page. Where am I? Here we go. No. Where is it? There we go. Benedicte, casting bless, which enables anyone within a 50-foot cube of me to have a +1 on your attack rolls, and also something about not being frightened, which I don't think is going to apply right now. But
So,
Well, good. Bless rocks. That's even better than the new one.
all friendlies in a 50-foot cube.
I was going to ask, does that spell differentiate between friendlies and unfriendlies?
It does.
Okay.
It sure does. I checked.
Can we all get a +1?
+1 on your attack rolls.
Woohoo!
So that's-
And any saving throw you make against fear effects also has a +1, but I have a feeling that won't come into play at the moment.
Okay. So, your spell goes off. The big guy, the one who's standing off, kind of off to his own. He's got some nicer looking padded leather armor over the rest of the farmers, quote unquote. And he's carrying a long sword. And he points over toward you. And he says, "That one. Get that one."
Fuck. I just made myself a target. Have fun, everyone. Bran is up first, and then it's the bad guys and Kildurk.
How do you do drawing weapons? Do you consider it happens, or do you need to? I need to take my action to do that.
I did not catch that at all.
Yeah,
How do you mean
roboted.
weapons? If I'm dropping the bow, do I just draw the weapons automatically, or do I need to burn my action for the turn doing that?
I'll let you draw the weapons automatically. I'm not a
Okay.
big fan of making
I'll draw.
people- Yeah.
To draw short swords and the one directly to my right, which would be an enemy. I'm pulling off and attacking him. Attack
Okay.
and a +1 or blast.
14.
So that's an AC 7.
AC 7.
Okay, and I'll just roll the other attack. That's a miss. So that bandit is going to take 3 points of damage. Period.
Okay, and that was this
Don't
one.
even think about it. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Don't even think about it. That's my friend.
All right.
And that'll be my turn.
And then it goes back to me.
Bad guys and Kildurk.
Bad guys and Kildurk. All right. So the club guys are going to change targets
Ooh, you dirt.
Ooh.
to go after Kara.
Mm-hmm.
And they're hitting you with clubs.
Oof.
One definitely hits. What's your AC?
6.
6 minus 20 is 14. So that one was a 15. Yes. So 2 hit, 1 misses. And they are using heavy clubs, which are a d6 apiece.
Oh, jeez. This could be.
Oh, that wasn't bad.
You take 3 points of damage.
That could have been so much
Oh.
worse.
That
Thank
could have been a lot
goodness.
worse. You get the feeling from their attacks that they were holding back a bit. They definitely didn't put their full force into those attacks.
Still, that's
Yeah.
an ouch. That's a as the breath is shoved out of her.
The 2 archers are going to fire into the bush, but they're going to have a minus 1 to hit because you're in a bush and they can't see you. But they have a general idea of where you're at because you threw a dagger, and they saw you go in the bush.
Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't like stealthily get in the bush. So they take their 4 attacks between the 2 of them.
Ooh, one of them's
God
definitely a hit.
dang.
One definitely hits.
So my armor class is 5.
5 minus 20 is 15. So 3 of them hit.
Oh, I'm dead.
So we're going to resolve the 2 standards. It's 8.
Oof.
And then this one is 12.
Oh, that's more hit points than I have.
Oh,
I'm dead.
No, you're not. Because I play with the Death's Door rule. And the way that I run this is when you get reduced to anything below 0. Well, actually, how many hit points do you have total?
6.
You have a total of 6. Okay, and you took more than twice your hit points in a single attack.
Oh yeah.
So typically that would trigger a
Yeah.
system shock roll if you had enough hit points to survive it. But you're down. So the way I run this is I use Death's Door. So it's not taking you to negative numbers. It's going to drop you to 0. And you will live up to negative 10. So if they attack you and you take more damage and that puts you to negative 10, you die. Otherwise, every turn from now, every round from this point on, you lose an additional point. So you have up to 10 rounds for somebody to find you and stabilize you. This could be done either with a healing proficiency, a healing spell, something of that nature. So if somebody gets to you within the next 10 rounds, you can come back up from the dead.
Starting this round.
This round is 0. So starting next round will be negative 1.
Got it.
Okay.
So the damage is just whatever was done in that initiative order. Because if you're doing it by their attacks, you would be at like negative 8 at this point.
Oh, shibby.
That's true.
I'm going to run my way because I like it better.
Okay, yeah, I'm not. I'm just making sure what happens when I die.
Yeah, we're for this first encounter, we're not going to pay attention that closely. Future encounters, we'll do it. We'll make sure to pay attention to that. But encounter number 1, we're not going to go that far in. Which leaves this guy.
We should have run.
This guy right here. He's going to
Really?
close in.
I have a lot of time to do that.
Hey, get that patch of dirt ready for me.
7.
Hey.
That'll miss. I have AC 5.
Okay. And that's everybody here. Fresh
Okay.
round.
Who's next?
Unless, is there anybody after the guys? My guys.
Me.
I
know.
went.
I'm at 13 initiative.
Okay.
I'm at 14.
And yeah, there's 2 more people. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna get out the bastard sword, I guess, and we're just gonna go for Mr. Leather over here. So this is, I have a specialization. So it's 3 attacks, 2 rounds.
So 2
get a
attacks.
+2.
1 attack the first round, 2 attacks the second round.
Should I live to see it? And I get a +2 from Bless and Specialization.
Yeah, +1 to hit from specialization, +1 bless.
Oh God! It almost landed on an 18, and then it didn't. I got a 6.
Okay.
Crying out loud.
Oh no.
His armor class is like 50, right?
Something like that.
All right. Oh,
7.
boy.
It's 7.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah, we were really going up that armor class. 23.
Boy, oh boy. What do I do on my turn?
Well, you had to figure it out when you ran your initiative because your speed factor.
Well, no, I mean I have the bow. I'm shooting twice.
Gotcha.
So
How's that work? You gotta
Rate of fire
you get
too.
like partial cover? Oh no, I mean like from the positioning. Since you're in the middle of a bunch of guys.
Yeah, you're in melee range, so hitting them is going to be an issue. There is a penalty for point blank.
Oh, I wasn't aiming for them. I'm gonna shoot the archer already injured and the other archer. That was
Okay.
the plan. So the first one with a +2, thanks to Bless. This is on the injured boy already.
Ah!
These
It was
dice
almost
don't
a
like
19.
us today. Then the other guy. Yeah, that's gonna hit that one. So the second archer, 4 damage to him. The not injured archer is gonna take 4 damage.
Okay. You thwack him good. He catches the arrow to the
There's
knee.
no attacks of opportunities in this, right?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I hate
In that
attack
case-
of opportunity, honestly.
Yeah.
At least as a boilerplate, everybody can do it thing.
Yeah. It just makes everybody stand around. It's so annoying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm running back to here.
Yet another thing Pathfinder 2 did better.
Yeah, I never played with attacks of opportunity in 2nd edition. Was never a fan of it.
No.
All right. Is anybody left?
That's it.
Nope.
All right. Fresh
Nope.
initiative. 6.
I'll roll the dice for you. That'll give me something to do this turn. Yeah.
Kara, that's a
Three.
Ha.
I
3.
can't see any of the rolls, so yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Ever since the last, I see one roll from Changeling that says 0, and then I see one from 37 minutes ago and one from 54 minutes ago.
Weird.
I don't
Wow.
know what's
Did you
happening.
try resetting the? Did you try like refreshing it?
You could hit escape and reload the whole thing.
Let me refresh. Oh, look! Magic! I can see numbers
Hey.
now. How exciting.
You
Okay.
did it.
Thank you. I forget that works. All right, so the archers have a total of 7. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Zach is 6, so that's before.
Oh, no, it's going to be 9 for me.
9. No, right, because weapon stuff. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to actually
That 6
roll this
was
time too. Once I get
something
everyone
that
else
was-
in.
Yeah.
Oh, that's something else. Okay, so people are just gonna have to tell me numbers for this round again. Thank you.
No problem.
I'm
I'm
not
at a
going until the
6.
start of next round.
Okay. So you are start next round. All right. I have Lemfir, I have Zach, I have the archers. Who else?
6 for Bran.
Rand has 6, and I need.
I think
to roll.
that'll. What's your initiative when you're bleeding out? Is that
Oh, it's just at the end of the turn.
I roll initiative.
okay?
2 and a quarterstaff speed is 4, so 6 for me as well. Cool.
So we found it's more fair
don't-
if you do the bleed at the end of the round than the beginning.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
All right. Then it is Bran and me at the start. Why don't you go first?
Okay. And second verse, same as the first. I'm going to hit the one just south of me, or at least try to. Nope.
Second verse, same as the first.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, no. 2 whiffs completely. These dice hate me tonight.
This is incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marin scoops up her quarterstaff and swings at the same one that Bran just swung at. Because why not? Hey!
Hey.
Okay. So what do
I'm
we?
pretty sure a 19. Oh, do I get the benefit of my own bless spell?
Yes.
If so, that's a 20 then. There we go.
It's a dirty 20.
A dirty 20.
Gentleman's 20.
Which means I need to roll damage. Hello. All right. That's a d6. Boop. Click. Roll. Okay. I'll take that.
How much? 4?
4 points of damage. 4.
Okay, and that was to which one?
The same one that he was swinging at, so the one to the south of him, right there.
Okay. I don't think that one's taken any damage yet. Has that one taken damage?
Should have taken a hit from. Did he take a hit from me last turn, or is that a different one?
Yeah, because you got a little one. Okay, so that one's gone.
Yes.
Okay.
I had to check which one of these was on my notes, like that took hit. So I grabbed a little piece of paper for damage tracking. All right.
It is the baddies and then Zach.
All right. So 2 of the baddies are still going to try and club Kara like she's a baby seal.
Like she's a baby seal.
And
Sniffle.
Dude.
you can tell that, they're trying not to hit you with full force. And because they're trying to pull their attack, they're missing. It's like they hesitated to take that swing at you. We'll have that guy go. It's because he's there with Zach. No. No.
Hooray.
2 archers. They're going to do Bran because he's closest. Three hit.
God dang.
Devastating.
12.
Ooh, that is putting me at -1 hit points.
All right, so you're at 0. Boom, boom, boom.
Yep.
Like, you just see Bran take 3 arrows. Chop, chop, chop. Right down, like, 2 shoulders and 1 in the gut. And hits the ground. That's all my guys.
This is a lot tougher than running badgers off.
Okay. It is Zach and then Lemfir.
Okay, I get 2 attacks this time.
Yes, you do.
Hooray.
That looks like they both hit.
Holy crap.
16 and a 17.
Yeah, they both hit.
Stick. So let's roll my 2d8s. 4 damage.
No. You're a specialist, right?
Yeah, it was one-handed bastard sword. I think it's a d8 versus
Small, medium. Okay, so it's a D8. So it's 4 damage because you get 2 attacks. 4 for the 2 attacks. You're a specialist, so that's plus 2 damage.
Oh yeah, plus 3 damage.
That's 6
for each one.
And then what's
6
your
more.
strength?
Okay, so well, I factored that in. It's 16, so I get a plus 1 and then plus 2 for specialist. So yeah.
So 7 points of damage total.
10 should be
10.
Right. Because it's 2 attacks.
2 attacks. 8.
Yeah.
Plus
That's
3.
a solid hit.
It was 8 plus 3, right?
No, it was both of the damage rolls added up to 4. It was like a 3 and a 1. So it would have been a 6 and a 4 for 10.
Okay. So you chop into this guy. Like he is bloodied. Going to the 4th edition vernacular. Like he is bloody. Next person.
Oh, that
Kill the leader. They have morale, guys.
Technically, it's our wizard who will go off at the start of the next turn. It sounds
I'm
like.
casting a spell, so
Okay. Is your casting time 1 round?
casting time was 1.
That's 1. So that you would just add 1 to the D10 that was rolled.
Oh shit! Then I should have went. Whoops.
Well, go now.
I
then.
thought one was one round.
No,
He
that's
was holding
just,
his action.
Yep, that's just one. Just
good to know.
yes.
My other spell
yeah.
has a 5, so yep.
I'm gonna take a pinch of sand and just, and I'm gonna center that right here. I'm casting sleep, so it should hit all 5 of them, starting with the lowest. So that is 2d4 hit dice.
All 5 of them. Where are you scheduling it?
It's the range is 30 yards, so 90 feet. So it can hit whoever I want, right?
Well, it
Like if I put it goes
it a
by the lowest hit dice
square?
first.
yeah, but it's a square.
But does it hit an area?
Yeah, what's the area?
What?
That's
the-
45 by 40.
Yeah.
Oh. What was it? What? Range is 30 yards. Oh. Area effect determined by the spellcaster. The center of the area effect is determined by the spellcaster. I guess I don't understand what it means by area of effect
That's
because it doesn't really say.
Let me check.
Area of effect is special. It's page 276 in the boob book.
Player's handbook?
Book.
I got the
book.
Yep.
I hate that book is like that. I wish I could have found a better resource that has everything.
Oh, I can edit the boob cover off and put the something regular
That'd
on there
be
for
awesome.
Would you? That would. Really
That would be
great.
awesome. Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
great. Like,
Okay.
I would be so
all
happy.
creatures,
All right, so in
all
Wizard,
creatures to be affected by the sleep spell must be within 30 feet of each other.
yes,
Oh,
30 yards or
So-
30 feet?
30 feet.
Okay. 10 yards.
so the people being affected must be within 30 feet
Correct.
of each other. Where does it say that? 30 feet of each other. Okay.
It's just in the paragraph of the spell where it could, it really
Oh.
sticks out.
Yeah.
So
I'm
you-
gonna do these 3 then.
Okay, I was gonna say, so you could hit those 3.
So 30 feet, 30 feet, not 30 feet. All right.
Well,
so
just so you know, if you put this guy to sleep, I'm not going to stop chopping that wood, so...
I don't care.
Okay.
At least they're not hitting us.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Just letting you know.
Yeah, so that is 6 total hit dice worth of
Yes.
sleep.
To
these 3.
The farmers, the 2 there. This one, let me grab my thing. 1 hit dice, 2 hit dice, 3 hit dice.
Ooh,
So they're all asleep.
There
You
is
got 'em all.
There's no saving throw, so these 3 are asleep.
Yeah, I just grab that pinch of salt and I start waving my hand and just go, "Whew, good night." As the 3 of them go to sleepy sleep. Nice.
Oh, we're just gonna give them that.
Mr. Sandman. Anyway.
Now they won't beat up my friends anymore.
Yeah.
Well, the archers might, but now that their friends have collapsed, would they know that they're not dead? They just saw a wizard cast a spell and their 3 friends hit the ground.
Yeah.
Would that be morale?
That is going to be a morale check. On their turn when it comes due.
Okay. Which initiative should be now because I went at the
It's new
start.
initiative. Yep.
It's new initiative. So
I got
at
it.
the
And
at
now
the
I can see it.
start, then if it's new initiative, then at the start of this initiative, I'm going to roll morale for them. The way morale works is every creature in D&D 2nd Edition has a morale rating, except for player characters. You do not have morale. You have saving throws. The morale for these 2 is called Elite. They have a 14. So if they roll less than a 14, they're going to stick it through. If they roll greater than a 14, they're going to run away. They're going to stick in. The one is super, super duper injured because he's got an arrow sticking through his shoulder. And the other one, he's got an arrow in the leg, I believe. One right above the knee. He used to be an adventurer like you, but he took an arrow to the knee.
My thoughts exactly.
Initiative. Ha!
Oh, so they both are sticking around?
They're going to stick around. They succeeded their morale check.
All right.
Now, I'm just going to throw it out there. It is not a good act to finish off sleeping targets. But if that is something that is done, no attack roll is necessary. It eats your attack, and it is an automatic death for those downed creatures. But it is not a good act. Keep that in mind. So, they rolled a 2 plus a 4 is a 6. So they're going to... Kara, I'm sorry. Well, you know what? Zach's still standing. And he laid the beat down on the big guy. Only one of them is going to hit. But that one...
It's going to hit big.
That one was a 20.
Oh,
That was a
Oh,
nat
no.
20. That was a nat 20. So you're looking anywhere between 2 to 12 points of damage. 6.
Are you okay?
Wait. Were you up or down at that point? I'm sorry.
I would be. That is exactly taking me to 0. So.
No. Zach, was he up or down?
Oh, Zach. Okay.
Oh, I'm up. I have
You were
4 hit points.
Okay, so you took
Oh,
6.
sweet. It's not me. Okay.
I took 6 just
yeah,
now?
so you're at
Okay,
0.
Now I'm down.
Yep.
You won't be
Oh
for
my
long.
god.
And they all went. Now it's up to you guys.
Oh, goddamn.
Mark off your bleeds.
I'm out.
You got arrows.
Well, I already took my action this turn.
Right.
Oh yeah, that was.
Oh no!
No, you didn't.
No, we didn't because that was
last
yeah,
round.
because the sleep was that way.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was shooting arrows. Okay.
Oh, I think I spaced out when we were doing initiative then.
All right. So
We did.
I'm gonna shoot 1 and 2 again.
Okay.
Please get
We're
up.
still blessed, right?
Yes.
Yep.
All right, so 16 and 13. I think that hits both with their 7s.
Yay!
Yes, it does. So the deeply injured one is taking one more.
He's down.
The
Ooh.
less injured one is taking 6.
You plug both of them. Yeah. The first one that was like really, really hurting with the arrow in his shoulder, like you just plant one like center mast in his chest and he just falls down, like just crumples. It's not dramatic. It's just, and the other one sees that kind of just shocked look on his face, and the second arrow just goes right into like jaw and he falls down, pinned to the ground.
I am frantic. Marin, get them up.
Yep.
Get
I'm
them up.
going. Calm down. I've got this. And I'm going to start with Bran because he's right in front of me. I have 2 cure light wounds, though. And then I'm going to have to try my skill. So. But I'm assuming that I would have seen these 2 go down. I don't entirely know what happened
Yeah.
to my other friends. So I'm going to take care of the people I can see first. So, cure light wounds. Get back to my spell. What do I roll?
I think it's just a D8 for hit point recovery for light.
Yep. Okay. I scrolled away from it because I was trying to read the other thing. Ah, jeez. But one's
gonna
better
bring
than
him-
none, I
Yeah,
guess.
it's going to bring him up. We're just looking for points above 0 at this point.
Yep. So that's what I do for this
Okay,
round, since
so
we're still marking bleed, right?
Yeah, it's not bleed hasn't gone off yet, so you're fine.
Okay.
Like if you, I'm just gonna say you
Then-
get these. You're just rolling to see how high above 0 at this point.
All right.
6.
That is for Kildurk, right? No,
No,
that is
that's,
for Dak.
yeah.
I will have a better handle on player versus character names next time. And then I before he disappeared into the bush, I knew where he was.
You could find him. It's
So
not
I'm going to
gonna
find him. Okay,
It's
cool.
not a big bush.
Then I will attempt.
That's actually
I also took healing.
yeah. That's actually a tree there.
Okay. I also took healing as a non-weapon proficiency, so I have that. It is wisdom, and I roll that with a -2. My wisdom is 18.
You do really,
Okay.
really well. And you're gonna do a die. He's gonna get a die 3 hit points back. So a
A
d6
die.
divided by 2.
D6 divided by 2.
Well, 1 and 2 is 1, 2 and 3 is 2, 4 and 5 is 6.
Sure.
So
now I'm at -2.
I like I said, we're just gonna bring you back up to 0 at this point. So you're 2 hit points above 0. There's no need to have you guys bleed out along the road, and you have time. You have time that you can you could work that healing thing.
Right.
But the archers are down. You got
So I'm
3 sleeping targets.
We're up to 2
So
hit
what
points
are the-
now.
okay, and I'm back up.
1.
One of you
I
got
think
more.
I'm up to 1 because I only
Yeah,
got the 1 because I was the
rolled
first
one.
one you healed.
I
Yeah.
was anxious. I didn't do as good of a job as I normally would.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a little more forgiving on the first battle.
Yeah. Thanks.
Considering the dice hated us.
They were so mean.
It was supposed to be a tough encounter.
But the dice did not help.
No, they did not.
Mission accomplished.
The dice
was
love
scary.
the archers.
I am going to collect arrows from the archers and whatever arrows they have and loot them
Mm-hmm.
while
I'm going to
everybody
recommend
can
we
figure out
tie
what to do
them
with the
up
sleeping
also.
people.
Oh, yeah. I'm tying
I
the
don't-
big guy up.
I am not going to be okay with killing them, but I am very okay with tying them up.
I don't do tying, so I just leave my rope for people to tie them up.
I was going to say,
Oh,
is
yeah.
anyone
I do.
particularly good with rope? Because I'm not.
I'm not bad. I'm not bad.
And by
Something
all
I'm good at,
means.
finally.
Okay.
And yes, absolutely.
Yeah. I'm digging through the archers' pockets and taking all their arrows.
Oh yeah, while I'm tying the big guy up, I'm taking everything in his fucking pockets. This guy's giving me all his money. I don't like that guy.
Okay. You knocked everybody.
Do I need to
here.
rope you some?
Hold on a second. 2, 5, 6. So you find a total of 14
Sheesh.
gold.
On everybody?
No, just the total. A total of 14 gold and 42 silver between all of the targets.
How many of us are there?
There are 5 of you.
5.
2, 3, 4, 5.
So
I will happily take 1 less gold than the rest of you.
Now,
it's like 2.8 gold apiece. So
something I do want to throw out there that was common practice back in the day that I don't see done a lot in 5th edition groups or in Pathfinder groups. It was kind of a common practice to create a party pool to cover major expenses like resurrections and other things that might come up that the entire group would need. that was pretty common back in the day. It's something I don't see happening a lot in current groups. So if you're, just to throw that out there, not saying you have to, but
Happy either way.
it is something that
I'm cool with a party fund.
does exist.
Me too.
Definitely, people definitely took their share, but there's also a little bit of pooling to cover, those kinds of expenses. Who does anybody have actual rope use?
I do.
Okay. You have time to tie these. You don't need to roll dice unless you want to do like a really super fancy dancy knot. But you have enough time with them being unconscious to adequately bind them with some normal knots.
I say we tie all of them to one tree with one rope.
Yeah, give me your rope.
I like that idea. Yeah.
I already dropped my rope on the ground for
Okay.
everybody to use.
we
Eric, how
tie
many
'em on the
arrows
tree.
do I find?
You will find there's 2 of them. Ow, chill, buddy. I'm gonna get 46 arrows. 19 arrows between the 2 of them.
All right.
Do any of these fools have extra daggers on them anywhere?
They do not. They
Oh.
have
Are we? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
They have clubs, pitchforks, staves, quarter staves, or things that could, double for a quarter staff, I should say. The big guy, or I should say the bigger of them, the more armed. He's got this really big, heavy club. And the archers actually have a long sword apiece on them as well.
I'm
Is
gonna
there any
bring the
sort of-
long swords over and drop them in a heap.
Is there any sort
I'm
of
assuming-
identifying anything?
Nope, they're
On the
just
big guy?
wearing cheap padded leather armor.
Okay. Gotcha.
Here, can I get a couple arrows if you replenish what I lost?
Hold on. What was that?
Can I get a couple arrows off you replenish what I lost?
Yeah, you can have 9 of the 19 arrows. I'll take 10 of them.
Thank you, sir. Works for me.
I was actually gonna ask if you needed any. I was just typing it in the chat.
According to this coin splitter, we would each get 3 gold, 6. How are we doing? Are we doing like magical coin scissors that can cut coins into whatever, or are we doing
I really don't
hardcore
mind.
monsters don't make change? Or
No, monsters don't make change.
I am fine taking 2 gold and the silver. You may all have 3 gold each then.
well, so 3 gold, 6 silver.
6, 9, 12.
Uh,
What? You don't need to make it complicated, really.
Why don't we all?
It already is complicated.
Why don't we all take?
I just say we
gold.
throw it in a fund.
Yeah, why
or
don't we
do
all
that.
take like 2 gold per
I'm good
personal
with
use
that.
and-
Okay.
Yeah, why don't we'll split it up when we get back to town. Somebody want to put on their character sheet, or I can. Up to you guys.
I have it
I'll
wrote down.
carry the gold. I'll carry the gold.
Okay.
It's fine, no problem.
Mhm.
Nope,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let
Nope.
the thief carry the gold.
Don't know about that.
not happening.
It's already happening. It's already on my sheet. You can't
We've
take it back now.
been with you long enough. I don't think so.
So you'll trust me with 150 gold piece promissory note.
so,
You won't
yeah,
trust
there-
with 14 gold.
It is a fair point. Fair point.
As we were talking, I'm just like, you realize they're gonna wake up right about now.
Yeah, we should probably
As
keep
my-
moving.
As my duration ends, I'm sure they wake up.
Okay.
But they're tied to a tree.
They're tied to a tree. They're gonna
Hi.
they're gonna wake up kind of a little groggy, and they're going to struggle and they're like, let us go.
Oh no. Oh, you will not be going.
You're bringing bad magic and evil things to town.
As a matter of fact, the only reason you still live is because you have information that we need.
Bad
I
magic?
people my fingers.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious about that bad magic part myself.
We were told the people were going to be
Magic is
coming
good.
by. We were told bad people with bad magic were traveling these roads. Just don't want it coming in the town.
How do you know our magic is bad magic?
He gets
Is
this.
all magic bad, or is it specific?
So he's kind of got like this country bumpkin accent going to him,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, anybody wielding magic, you got to be careful. You can never tell. All magic can be bad magic.
But by that logic, all magic can be good magic.
We were told that there'd be bad magic coming down these roads.
Told by who?
One of the locals here. It was mentioned in one of the taverns when a local traveler was coming through with one of the caravans.
And what is this local's name?
Kendrick.
Pendrick. Where can we find this Pendrick?
Well, last time we saw Pendrick, he was down over in Milbourne. Just let us go. We're just trying to protect our lands.
No. No, you don't get to go.
We'll send someone to let you out later. Bye.
So you're gonna leave them all tied up to the tree?
I am. I'm just taking my goat and starting to walk.
Goats my totes.
I mean, we didn't kill them, so technically we're still okay, right, Marin? We'll send someone to untie them later. What?
I'm not sure about that, but
Do you want to let them out so they could... Well, I mean, we did take their clubs, but
yes.
I don't really want to fight them right now.
Well,
I
it's not like
understand,
we
and
could.
neither do I.
It's not like we could release them right now anyway. Marin, your wizard lock on that rope is gonna hold for at least another 2 hours, and if they break it, then dark magic will let us know. So we should probably just leave them. Don't struggle too much.
Mhm.
Don't struggle. And with that, I start to walk away.
So not comfortable with that, but all right, cool. What did we do with the weapons? You guys just piled them up somewhere?
Well, I think they took
I-
the long swords. The clubs are gone.
Mm-hmm. There were
Yeah,
some
the
daggers,
long
though.
swords I kind of just like put in the saddlebags. We're going to sell those later.
It's fine.
Okay.
I would prefer to leave a dagger that they can eventually work themselves free with. I'm not super comfortable with them being there for hours and hours and hours. If they're
Well, they'll
truly
be
just
fine.
peasants.
They'll be fine. We're
They're-
only 3 hours from the town. We can send somebody out to get them.
What's the worst that can happen?
And besides, they
Lots
did
of
just try to
things.
kill us all.
I mean, do you have a dagger? I don't have a dagger. I'd leave a dagger.
I have
There
daggers, but
isn't-
they can't
I'm
have my
gonna-
daggers.
I'm gonna be honest. I kind of sided with Aaron. All they were doing was doing what they thought was protecting
Someone has
there.
misled
They
these
got it
people.
wrong. Yeah.
Hey, if we let you out, are you going to kill us?
No.
Hmm.
Do we believe them?
No, not at
Can
all.
I roll my wisdom on that
You
one?
can roll your wisdom on that one.
Thank you. 3 under 18.
Yeah, you could tell that like they're just really like they just saw a couple of people get plugged really hard, and they are not like feeling really confident. So that no was more of a nervous no. Like no, they're not going to do it. It wasn't like a flippant. Yeah, we're going to get you as soon as we're out of here. They're just They're pretty nervous at this point.
What do you say, Marin?
All right, well, it's your call, Marin. If you want to let him out, I'd like to have my rope back anyway.
Compromise. Let's leave them with a blade so they can get themselves free. But it'll take them a while to do that.
Oh.
Okay.
If that makes
Fine.
you all comfortable, then it makes me happy.
I will put one of the long swords down beside them and just be like, here you go.
Oh my God, we could sell that.
Well, we have another
I'll tell you what.
Yeah,
Instead of that,
we have to.
I'll give up one of my daggers. Let me take one of the long swords in its place. It's an up change for me anyway.
Okay.
That works.
So I'll just leave my dagger there for them to cut themselves free, and I'll take a
They
long
are-
sword.
Since they have
That's
made it
sweet.
pretty clear that they're not the brightest bulbs on the of the bunch here, I'm going to look at them and say, although you attacked us unprovoked, we did not attack you first. Note that we are letting you go and not causing more harm. All we did was defend ourselves.
They're gonna, just kind of give you that blank stare and nervous, like it's a blank nervous stare,
That's kinda what I
like,
figured.
like I want to get out of here.
Yep.
Like,
And I'm heading out.
Sounds like a good time, guys.
Let's go.
okay.
I return back to him and I say, don't follow us. Then I squat down right above the dagger and I try to palm it where nobody sees it.
Yep, you're ahead of me.
I failed miserably anyway.
Yeah, you did. Somebody sees him try to palm that dagger. Who is it?
I assume it would probably be Marin or Bran, because they're the ones that were like, hey, we're going to leave a dagger.
Hey, they're the ones that already walked off. Gotta be somebody else.
Does somebody see it and does somebody say
Get
something?
to the point where we have to walk off.
What?
Said I admit, got a point. We already walked off.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know. I said I was walking away. So
Okay.
if anybody saw it, it would have been Zach.
I don't think I saw it. I trust everybody too much. But I can roll a roll to see if I saw it.
Wisdom. It's the closest thing to a perception in 2E. There is a skill called observation, but I don't think anybody has that.
Nope.
That is a rogue skill.
All right. I guess we're chugging along.
All right. So, yeah, it was honestly about 3-ish hours left on the road, and you make it into this small town of Millbourne. It's a small little village. It's right on the shores of the Churnet River, which you've been following to get to town. The house construction is, mainly wood, but the big mansion on the west side of town is made out of stone. And I'm going to bring up a map for you. Sorry, Owl is making lots and lots of noise and it's slightly distracting. All right, so we'll activate this up. Please don't pay attention to the names of anything here. You don't know what these things are called, but you are entering town right about here. This is where you're entering.
Hey, Lamphere, do you maybe want to tuck your hat away for a minute? If there's someone going around saying disparaging things about magic, just a thought.
Okay.
Maybe not. I don't know. I'm
I'll
not
put it-
telling you what to
I'll-
do. I just,
I will put it
Got a
in
point.
one of the saddlebags of my goat.
All right. Oh, you know what? We should probably tell someone as soon as we can about those guys, just in case they weren't able to get themselves free.
Nah, they had a dagger. They'll be fine.
Good point. I still think we should tell them. It's the right thing to do.
I mean, if you want to tell somebody,
You're
go
not
for
wrong.
it.
Yeah. Gosh, I guess I probably will.
Is there any constables around or anything like that, Eric?
Nobody nobody that has like the constable hat. You see some locals walking around though. They're walking down the main road here.
And this is Milbourne.
This is the town Milbourne. You're pretty sure.
This is a happening place right here.
This is a small little backwater.
we should probably try to find our contact.
That
He's
would be a
in
good point.
Thurmaster.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, we got to make it to Thurmaster.
Yeah, we're just. This is
right,
the
right.
first town on the way to
We're down
Thurmaster.
on the way. Got it.
Okay.
I missed that.
That's
So
okay.
maybe we should look for a place to spend the night if we could.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I have a tent, but I don't think we can all fit in a tent.
Okay.
Not without getting really familiar with each other.
Cuddle up. So how are you
Where
going
do
about?
we?
Oh yeah, go on. Sorry.
I was gonna say, where do we enter the town from?
You enter from the west. Yep, right there.
Okay. Oh, so
I'm gonna flag the first like local down and be like, "Hey, where's the local inn at, by the way, guy?"
Oh, he's gonna point over to the east. He's like, where you're gonna want to stay is the Baron of Mutton. It's can't miss it. It's the big building right near the smithy.
Thanks, guy.
All right.
Keep on. There.
Oh,
We're going to the Baron of Mutton.
and good sir, we'll be heading to Baron of Mutton, but who's the local authority here? We ran into some trouble on the road, a couple of bandits, and I just want to make sure that they're safe. We tied them up to a tree.
Well, the Carmen family handles the court or magistrate here, but the closest we got to any kind of like constable or local lawman is going to be Gerald. He's also one of the carpenters here in town, local ranger as well. He's a little bit north of his shop's north of the Carmen smithy.
Very well, I'll go find them. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. You guys have a good day and try out the mutton at the Baron of Mutton. It's how it got its name. It's really good.
All right.
Okay.
Place called the Baron of Mutton. Having good mutton makes sense. It'd be really awkward if they had terrible mutton.
Or none at all.
That would be even worse.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say we get set up at the Baron of Mutton, get ourselves some rooms,
Okay.
then maybe we can look this other fellow up and get those guys taken care of.
Perfect. So you guys are going to walk into the Baron of Mutton as a group. Opening the door, which is unlocked, you come into a pretty spacious grand hall kind of setup. They got the kitchen off to the back. A bunch of long tables are set up in the middle of the room. There's a staircase that leads up to a second floor that has rooms kind of like in a circuit, like they go around the perimeter of the place on the second floor. And there's also some communal rooms. There's a communal like barracks style room on the ground floor. In the back, there's a divide that takes you over to those rooms. But when you walk in, you take all that in, you notice it, and there's a younger guest or customer or somebody. He's early to mid 20s, probably about 5'7", dark hair. Definitely works outdoors. His clothes are not threadbare, but they're not in the greatest shape, and he's got noticeable calluses and some dirt on his face from working the fields, and he is just in a state. He's talking about how she just wouldn't leave without telling anybody. This is completely out of character for her. She said she was going to be here until a fortnight from now, and then she would be heading back. There is no reason why she wouldn't be in her room this morning. And then one of the older gentlemen that's in here, you get the sense that he might be the owner of the place, and he's pretty ancient. Like, this guy's in his, for a human, like, he is old. Probably his 70s or 80s. A bit of hard of hearing, and there's another guy who's just a little bit younger than him, probably in his 40s, 50s. And he goes, well, that she has to, she's learning from him. She's his apprentice, and sometimes she does get called away without, having a lot of time to tell everybody. It's not, unheard of. And the younger gentleman again says, no, she would definitely tell me if she was leaving. We're supposed to be getting married in the spring. And that's where I'm going to cut the session for tonight, because we are at the 2-hour mark. And I kind of want to stick to that 2-hour time frame per session.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm going to...
Yeah, it's good because it's almost midnight